ball right field deep. Canseco back to the track, looking up. It is off his head, it looked like, and over the top. A home run.
It's been a while since he's seen a hole that big. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. He starts to come, and then he pulls out. Josh Bynes has been coming all night long, but then he pulls out, and it's just hard.
2 inches short, maybe less. The story of my life.
Receiver coach has been blown away by Crabtree's hands and his ability to suck in these balls.
And the 3-1. Popped up. Castillo. Dropped the ball! He dropped the ball! Here comes Teixeira! And the Yankees win! Oh my goodness!
Listen in as we tackle everything in the world of sports right now. Throw your hat in the ring at 516-572-7440. This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Thursday edition of WHPC Sports Talk. I am your host, Anthony Deus, joined by Elijah Blain.
Hello. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, I guess. I didn't even know.
Yeah. Bad luck today.
Oh, yeah, I did know because last night Rutgers lost, and I was upset about that. And they lost on St. Patrick's Day to the Irish.
I am excited to talk about that game because that annoyed me. Yeah. No dog in the fight, but just the logic in that game was annoying. Maurico Mendoza.
What's going on, man?
Good. Kory David.
It's the bad guy. Got to give a salute to Scott Hall.
R.I.P. Scott Hall.
Hey, yo.
We have Matt all the way over there.
I'm in the corner. Is my mic on?
It should be, right? Hold on. This is perfect music.
He's rocking. He's got his green on, so he's not getting pinched, I guess. We're going to fix this. It's the perfect music for this.
It's all right. Take your time. Just keep it running.
But how long? It is the perfect music. It's the. I'm trying to think. Is my mic on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, your mic's on.
Just start the show.
All right. Well, there was a reason I decided to play this intro because the New York Yankees have undoubtedly done nothing. They've done something. But after all this talk about how, we're going to make changes this offseason, you've heard this team is hard to watch at times. And then they basically run this team back with the same roster, with a team that got embarrassed in the wild card game, a team that somehow didn't get speedier, it got better at defense on shortstop, but there's no team, like the Freddie Freeman signing last night. Let me start off with this. It annoyed me. But if he had his mind set on going to Los Angeles, that's okay.
Which he did, yeah.
That's okay. There's nothing the Yankees could have done there.
Hey, Anthony, I'm back.
You're back. Welcome back.
I'm
Thank
here
you.
now.
What bothers me the most is, I'm glad.
I joined the show.
You've joined the show. That doesn't bother me.
Thank you.
That doesn't bother me.
That's good to know.
What bothers me is I don't understand what direction this Yankee team has.
The thing is, I'm not as upset about Olsen and Freeman as I was earlier this week because with Olsen, the A's were trying to get Volpe. They wouldn't. What's his name? Is it Volpe or Volpe? Volpe. Okay, they're trying to get Volpe, and we just said no because that's our most important piece, obviously, in terms of prospects. Him and Dominguez.
Personally, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not giving up those prospects.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
At first base, listen, Rizzo's going to be solid either which way. Now that there's no shift, he's not worrying about having to get a ball between three guys now. That's great. Joey Gallo, good for them. But it just seems that we're just being, force-fed lies that this team's going to get better.
Yeah, this team, it's not as strong as it was, let's say, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I still think it's a contending team. I don't think we're going to win the AL East because the Blue Jays are much better than they were a year ago.
They're much better than they were last week.
Yeah.
You're not improving this team. You're not going to beat the Blue Jays in a series. You might sneak one out against the Red Sox.
I don't know about the Blue Jays. I think we can beat the Blue Jays in the series. I don't think we're winning the AL East.
I don't think we can, though, because everybody's getting better and we're staying the same. The Yankees, I said
what's the Blue Jays starting rotation again?
Junjin Ryu.
Ryu's good. I'm going to look it up.
Kikuchi now, yeah.
Kikuchi.
Robbie Ray.
He's in Seattle.
Robbie Ray's in
Not
Seattle.
Robbie Ray.
Yeah, he's gone.
Who am I thinking of?
But all the guys that
they lost a lot of guys.
Yeah, all the guys that
Aaron Sanchez is gone.
That were really good for them last year. They lost Simeon, they lost Robbie Ray. Those were the two guys that made them difference makers. But I mean, it's just that when you look at the grand scheme of things, we're not near the Dodgers. We are not near the Blue Jays, it looks like now, and that's tough.
And that's the problem, Elijah. We're not going to beat the Dodgers, even if we have a smidge of luck just to get to the World Series. We're not beating any team in the end, unless it's somehow, we see any given playoff year.
No, any team
one team makes a run. But if you're going up against the Dodgers or the Braves or even the Mets, I don't think you're going to beat them in the World Series.
Mets, I don't know.
No, come on. Don't even disrespect the Mets. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The Mets would smack around the Yankees. As currently constructed, the Mets would win
but
a series
the Mets
again.
making the World Series is a miracle in itself.
That's not what we're saying.
No. They have direction.
No, they're good.
They have an owner that wants to spend. Hal is not willing to spend.
Yeah,
he thinks this team is a championship contender.
He was willing to spend. He took on a lot of money for Donaldson.
Yeah. But he's not willing to spend outside of that.
Yeah.
That was like, all right, well, we're getting Donaldson and we're getting IKF. We'll just take on that money. We don't care. We don't care about anything. We don't care.
I mean, I don't hate Isaiah Kiner-Falefa as.
No, I like
is he
that.
worth the Donaldson money?
What did you say?
Is he worth the money you're paying for Donaldson? Because I don't think
if
he's really the main part you wanted in that trade, I don't think it's worth taking
Donaldson is not even a bad player in itself. Just the Twins had to take some of that money, in my opinion, to make it a good trade.
But I don't understand why you couldn't have the Twins eat a little bit of that salary, just on the optics point of it.
I think it's just Yankees tax stuff. I mean, I don't think they want to eat some of the salary for a rival, basically.
Well, Elijah, I said this yesterday. Like, wouldn't you rather, depending on whether he fits or not, wouldn't you rather have Chris Bryant?
How much is the Rockies paying him?
He's getting $27
a year.
I don't know. I'm like up and down about Chris Bryant. He hadn't had a good season.
He'll be good there because
he tapered off. But I still have questions whether Donaldson really can make it a tremendous impact at third base.
In Cashman's mind, the biggest problem was third base then, right?
You had a logjam again, and you still have a logjam with this roster, because where are you going to put Gleyber Torres? You got to get rid of him. You can't be paying DJ that money and starting Gleyber Torres.
I don't think they're getting rid of Gleyber.
And that's the weird suspicion.
Yeah.
It's logical. You got to get rid of Gleyber.
Yeah.
I don't see them getting rid of Gleyber. I don't even, maybe Voit. It's either one of them stays.
We're going to get rid of Voit. I mean, I think he's talking himself out of town right now. I just don't know, because like the only move we can make right now is just adding pitching, starting pitching, trading for Minaya, trading for Montez from the Athletics, but that's going to be tough because we already know what they want. They want Volpe or someone similar to that. So I just don't know what the goal of this team is.
Any GM willing to trade a prospect as high as Volpe is for Shamanaya is that stupid. And we're seeing a fire sale right now.
Yeah,
they're getting good stuff in return. I should mention that. But you're not going to give up Volpe or Dominguez or even Wells for Minaya. I would not do that.
This might be a dumb take, but I think we should have waited like a day to sign Rizzo. Just inquire about what's his name from
Freeman?
the Reds.
Votto. Joey Votto.
Oh.
I can't get around that, because you want some flexibility in terms of opening your championship window. He's 38 now. You got
he's still playing at a very high level.
He's very good.
Yeah,
but you're looking to be competitive every year. When is Votto going to retire? 40, 41?
He's going to retire in his 40s.
Absolutely. Votto's a high on base kind of player, and those guys tend to age well.
And they're selling everyone off there. I think we could have gotten him if we really.
And speaking about the Reds, Luis Castillo doesn't move the needle for me either, where it's like this team gets tremendously better. He's still a high ERA guy. He's a 3.9 ERA. And sure,
he's a good pitcher.
He's good, but he's not going to be he's not going to be a dominant number two where you can go toe-to-toe with the Rays or anything like that.
Yeah, like how this team is operating right now, they expect Severino to be the solid number 2.
Oh, and here's another thing.
Yeah, I can't get behind that right now.
Here's the other thing. Domingo Germán's on the 68-day designated list. So there's another feather in the cap of this this horrible offseason.
Do we know what happened to him?
No, there was no. Lindsey Adler tweeted it out. There was nothing else.
He's on the injured list. That's just it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're going to see more Nestor Cortez.
I'm okay with that.
We're going to rely a lot on Montgomery this year, Michael King.
No run support.
Guys like that.
No run support, Monty. I'm excited.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck for. I don't think we're gonna be I think we're gonna be at 500 until
trade deadline.
June.
Trade deadline. That's
what
I'm saying.
We're gonna be above 500. We're gonna be 5.
The Yankees are not gonna be truly in contention, I think, till the trade deadline.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm not saying they'll be bad. I'm saying the rest of the division is gonna be so much better. Maybe a wild card spot. Now there's 12 teams. Division-wise, they'll not be in it until they make a move to the trade deadline.
Here's the other thing. Like, you can't tell me Brian Cashman he's stupid enough not to know that everybody's getting better. So there's a problem there. There's a problem in the front office. Like, even Hal, as stupid as he looks, he has to know this team is not winning a World Series. Like, you cannot stand there with a straight face like he did and say, this team's a contender. It's not. Because you'll be lucky to get in the wild card right now with this team.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're going against the Rays. The Rays are the Rays. I mean, they're probably going to have a good regular season. We're going against the Red Sox. Might be biased, but I don't really think the Red Sox are that good this year. I mean, they still have some players.
Look at last year.
Yeah, they still kept most of the guys from last year, but they didn't really add anything.
Yeah, but last year we all wrote them off, and then they ended up really good last year.
But Chris Sale is out now.
That's true.
And they didn't sign anyone. Chaim didn't really do anything. So he
was like praised, like the guy there, the next like genius, just young mind, like an Andrew Friedman of the Dodgers type guy, and nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know about him, but I guess he has something up his sleeve eventually. But at this point, I guess our main rivals are the Rays now. We just have to beat the Rays to get number 2 in the division.
Well, the Rays are more prevalent in terms of getting to where we need to be.
Yeah.
We're not so concerned with the Red Sox at this point because the Rays are making smart moves. They're light years ahead of us. Maybe that's a little hyperbole there, but it seems just in terms of big brain moves. I sound stupid by saying that. They seem to be ahead of the curve right now, where the Yankees are stuck in 2015. Rizzo's been good. You got Chapman. It's like we're importing the. Who was on the cover of this show in 2015?
Donaldson.
Yeah.
Was it Donaldson?
Yeah. I think so.
Well, we're stuck in 2015. We're on a PlayStation 3 playing.
No, I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, that was Donaldson.
I think
14 was Miggy. Yeah. No, 14 was Puig.
Because 2 years after that, it was Griffey, I think.
Griffey was 17,
Yeah.
Two last things about the roster, and then
we can move on.
We can move on to the Mets.
15 was Puig.
Yeah, Puig.
Well, let's sign him to a minor league contract. Why not?
He's got potential.
He's kind of controversial right now.
You know what? The Rail Riders need depth. That's what we need. AAA needs depth.
I want to say about the Yankees real quick.
Sure, go ahead.
Did you guys think, the Yankees fans in the room, you two guys, did you guys think at all, at any point, either last year or even when the World Series ended, that the Yankees, there's a potential for them to finish in 4th place?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this is like...
I'm not saying it'll happen, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean...
It's a real possibility.
You just look at the people in the division. Like, the Red Sox didn't make any, like, real needle-moving moves, but they could still finish ahead of us, just based on how the game's played.
The head-to-head play is the key there. The Red Sox did well there.
The Rays are the Rays, like I said before. The Blue Jays got better.
They're winning the division.
The Blue Jays got better. I mean, I think the Chapman move is a little bit overrated. I think he's gonna do well there. I don't think he's gonna do that well with the Blue Jays, but yeah, those are tough. That's tough competition, and the Orioles are a joke. So
they're not even included in this. They're not.
Well, we're not in last place. That's a good part. I remember last year when they lost.
That's the goal now.
That's the goal. Don't be below the Orioles right now. I remember last year when they lost, I said the Red Sox loss might be the best thing that happened to the Yankees in recent memory because it's going to really wake up the front office and Hal Steinbrenner to say, we need to make this team better.
That's not happening until Cashman leaves, I think.
And you know what? I was dead wrong.
Yeah.
I thought getting embarrassed like that would mean, hey, we're going to make some serious changes. We did nothing. We did nothing.
Our time.
We made a move, but it significantly, it doesn't move the needle.
I think our time to win, our real time to win with this core, right before the Dodgers really blew up, was 2017. And I think that's going to haunt us forever. I mean, the Astros, you can say what they did or didn't do throughout that series, but they had our number, and then we're trying to chase it ever since. I don't think that magic is coming back with this current core.
I just got a little glimmer of optimism here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if we start IKF at catcher?
Stop.
And still
Stop there.
No.
Stop there.
Too much hope?
No.
That's ridiculous.
I know it's ridiculous. This team's ridiculous. Do I have hope?
You just signed Trevor Story is what you said?
Yes. Why not?
Why wouldn't you just put Gleyber and Short in that situation?
Because Gleyber is terrible.
Not a good shortstop at all.
And I'm of course joking because it'd just be stupid at this point. It's like arranging
that's dumb.
deck chairs on the Titanic. But the Mets, right? The Mets,
Yeah.
they're good. They're good.
Yeah, they are. They
Yeah.
sure are.
I mean,
Jacob deGrom threw his first sim game today against other players on the team. Struck out Lindor in the first at bat of the sim game on 3 pitches. McNeil got a foul tip off him, and then he struck him out later in the at bat. McNeil yells in the foul tip, "I touched one!"
yeah, the Mets. I mean,
you're having fun.
And NL East is weird because you don't know what the Phillies are going to do. They got Schwarber.
They don't scare me yet. That's what I keep saying.
They have Bryce Harper, but their pitching is not great, and their relief pitching especially is not great.
Well, they have 2 really good starting pitchers on that team, but then it falls off. Their rotation's very top heavy.
Yeah, if it falls off. That's like the Phillies in a nutshell, really.
They're very top heavy.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
I mean, they had the rating MVP, but it didn't mean anything last year. So.
Yeah. The Braves, I think, are going to win the division.
Really?
They're just all around really good. I like their starting rotation.
I'm not a big fan of their starting rotation.
So they have Fried.
I like him.
I can't
exactly.
name him.
That's the thing.
Soroka.
He's hurt again.
Braves starting
Tore his
rotation.
Achilles again. Remember?
I'm not putting the Mets down. I think they're shoe-ins for this.
No, I think they're going to make the playoffs.
They'll win the division. I think
they have to.
As biased as that may sound, I think they'll win.
No. I agree. They have to win the division. There's no reason not to.
It's that or bust for this team. I mean, you have Scherzer and DeGrom. If they both stay healthy all year and the offense is semi-decent, you have to win the division.
I don't even want low Mets to happen. Maybe it's just 'cause I'm so miserable, but I want this team to succeed. It's probably because of Buck Showalter. That's why.
Yeah, you're a big Buck Showalter guy.
Big Buck Showalter guy. Big Buck guy. But the Yankees. I don't know what else is to say. It's miserable. I mean, we might just.
And it's not like the AL in particular. Outside of the AL East, the AL is not amazing. You know, you have the Astros, you have the Mariners who are on the up and up.
They'll choke away their season.
You have the White Sox, and then that's really it. That's who I think will actually
right. And
contend.
if you were smart, you could be in the AL East. It's a cakewalk at this point. If you make the right moves, it's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
You don't let the Blue Jays get to where they are.
Yeah.
I don't know, Elijah. This is maybe in the expanded playoffs. We're
I think they're really betting on the expanded playoffs right now.
But
I
you
think a lot
shouldn't
of
be.
teams
This is not the New York Knicks. This is not where it's like, okay, we'll make them play it. You have to. You're there. You're almost there. You just make the moves and you're there. But 516-572-7440. Call up, complain about the New York sports teams because they're all terrible outside the New York Rangers. Let's go Rangers.
Mets aren't bad yet. That still could flop. We see it every year.
We do see it, but the Rangers are good.
The Rangers are good. They're good right now.
They're very good right now. St. Patrick's Day game.
Islanders tonight, right?
Yes. Very excited. Very excited. Let's move on to the New York Knicks right now. Okay?
Okay.
Why am I more enthusiastic about the Knicks than the Yankees right now?
They're more interesting, but it's bad.
They're interesting, but it's
bad
the
publicity.
bar is very, very low.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very low bar. But R.J. Barrett dropped 31 points last night with the Knicks, a 128-98 victory over the Portland Trail Blazers. And it came out today that Tom Thibodeau is getting another year, and the reason for that is Leon Rose was allowed to make the decision on Tibbs' fate. Kory, what is your opinion on this? Because I'm a little bit conflicted.
I'm not in favor of it just because of the fact that we've seen how his mind is when it comes to playing these young guys, and I feel like the young dudes is the future of the team, like R.J. Barrett. Cam Reddish, I know, is out for the season, but I would love for Obi Toppin to get more minutes. I don't know what they're going to do with Randall because it looks like he should be out of town after the season. I'm just saying. And it looks like it's Randall's. I mean, it looks like it's R.J. Barrett's team and that he's taking over. He's at first at the start of the season, people had many questions about him, but as the season went on, he started picking up. I think he leads second-year players in 30-point games now, so that's something. And that wasn't at the start of the season. So
wait a minute,
he picked up all these.
RJ, you said?
Yeah, RJ.
He has more than Ja Morant.
I'm talking about. I want to say I know it was between him, LaMelo Ball, and Anthony Edwards, and they had like 7 in this season.
Oh, that's right. This is his 3rd year. Okay, yeah.
And I think he has over like 8 or 9 now. So it's
wait, just 3rd year though. What do you mean 2nd-year players?
I'm talking about like 21 and under or something.
Oh, okay.
21 and under, something like that.
That makes sense then, because Ja's a little older. That makes sense.
Yeah, he spent a little time in college.
Are we okay with Dolan letting Leon Rose skate around right now? Because he's skating on, I don't even say thin ice. I think he's got, a good distance between the water and ice level right now. I think he's getting a lot of leeway.
Slippery? The floor slippery?
I wouldn't even say. I think he's got 2 years. The way this report came out, it seems like
you said Tibbs or Leon?
Leon.
Okay. I thought you meant Tibbs too.
I think if next season doesn't go as planned, I think you cut your losses and you get them up out of it, because what it seems like nowadays, it's a revolving door on who's going to come in and hopefully change the Knicks, and then a year later, they haven't done anything. This next year they still haven't done anything, and it's just like there's no consistency. Like nobody's ever came in and just had consistency. We thought we was going to get something from last year. We were clearly tricked. We were clearly bamboozled, led astray,
run amok, and flat out deceived
by Julius Randle in his contract. He finessed us. I can't lie. He's probably
got the money. If you in terms of just
how much money did you get?
Got the money.
How much money did you get?
I think it's in 20s, right? 20 mil.
Around that range.
Anthony, answer my question properly. How much money did Julius Randle get?
I am not playing. I'm not going to do that because
the thing I'm happy about is the fact that the Knicks won and the Nets lost.
In such a close game, I literally didn't even think the shot was going to make it. At the last
and the Nets former player too.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie, yeah.
Spencer.
We have the biggest Knicks supporter in the world, and Eric Adams, clearly.
Yeah, I mean
that might change.
I think it will change. Especially
baseball's gonna change it.
So I think people were fine with Kyrie not playing. It was just one guy on one team that no one in New York, not no one in New York, but majority of New Yorkers don't care about. When you mess with
the Yankees
and the Mets, because the Mets have some guys. Yeah, it is a baseball town.
You can't mess with the baseball fans in this town because almost everybody in New York that cares about sports is a baseball fan. That's the number one sport, or at least was in my case, because baseball's driving me insane. Regardless,
I love baseball.
I love baseball too, but I hate baseball too.
It's a very conflicted. It's the same thing with me in soccer.
It's a gray area. It's a very gray area, especially after this lockout. I'm annoyed, and the Yankees just make it worse. But I don't want to go to that layer of negativity. I want to go a little above that.
It's just a little toxic. That's the thing.
It bothers me. And at least the Giants are making some kind of moves. They're getting an offensive line, but we'll get into that a little bit later. One final point on the Knicks. If they do end up getting rid of Randall, right, where do you see Tibbs in terms of years left with his team? If they get rid of Randall.
It just depends on who they get. No. Okay. It just depends on who you can get to replace him. I mean, this team, we haven't had a good starting point guard, consistent starting point guard. I don't count Derrick Rose because he comes off the bench. He's a sixth man. But basically, since Raymond Felton at this point. So it's just been a long time since we had a solid starting point guard. And I've been on Fire Tibbs train for a long time. But I do have to give him this. He hasn't had a consistent starting point guard during his Knicks tenure. So maybe if we get a good one, maybe he lasts another year. If we suck, then he's gone. But I think he needs a solid, consistent point guard.
I agree with him in this one, because if he just messes up, what's the point of having him again? You know, I don't really expect that much into the Knicks. Maybe a play-in for next season, but at this point,
we'd be lucky if we got to the play-in.
He got one more season. If not, and if I see D Rose, Taj Gibson, and everybody from the 2011 Bulls on his team again, I'm going to personally go to those games and hold up a fire tip sign.
A great way to get Thibs to not play old aging veterans is for Leon Rhodes to not get old aging veterans. So maybe that's the plan for next year.
More players in their prime.
The biggest example of that is Kemba Walker, who literally is a walking bag of wasted money.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that literally you didn't even decide to trade him. You just said, yeah, we're just going to let you sit on the bench. You are not even in the bench anymore. I don't even know if he's sitting at the games. I
don't see him.
That's like worse than Kyrie. Like Kyrie just got the chance to go to the game. You saying Kyrie, don't stay? Are you saying Kemba, stay away from us? Basically, we don't want you, but we're not going to trade you,
and we're going to pay you your contract.
And it's just sometimes mind-boggling what the Knicks do. And you see these teams like the Bulls. I mean, not right now; they're not flourishing, but because they got injuries. But you've seen what they did in the off seasons as far as getting the DeMar DeRozan, getting Alonzo Ball. You see a guy like I want to say the Orlando Magics, in the sense that they have all these young pieces. They don't necessarily know what to do with them yet, but they have them. Like the Rockets, they have all these young pieces that they just.
I feel like the Orlando Magic always constantly has young pieces.
Right now,
with
I feel
potential.
as though the Lakers and the Knicks got this same mentality of maybe these old guys can carry us, and that's not the case. It's time.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's a new NBA. These young guys is running it. Like Jokic, Giannis, Embiid. I'm glad the centers is coming back.
Yeah,
I wish we had one.
We do, but he's
a great defender, but
he's either injured, playing great defense, or sliding into girls' DMs. That's what he's
exactly.
doing.
Look, and, you have to, like in modern NBA, you have to have a center who can also be your number one scoring option if needed. Mitchell Robinson isn't that. I don't know if we're going to give him an extension or not. I mean, there's examples of teams who don't have that, but they also have elite guards. We don't have elite guards.
Then look at the Warriors. They have really elite guards, and Draymond's not what he was. I think he plays center for them, but, you know.
He don't play center. He's really Draymond's always been their point guard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
way,
though?
yeah.
Like, I'm saying he can play center for them, and either way, they don't have an elite center. And they have like two of the best guards in the entire league.
I mean, you have Wiseman, but he's hurt.
He's not elite, though. Not at all.
He's not elite, no.
Wiseman looking like Sam Bowie right now, that draft.
Well, Wiseman was a pick of, we can't draft we don't have
room for a guard.
No, Wiseman was a pick of, we had a high draft pick for the first time in forever.
Literally two good players, 1 and 3. You just having to pick the one that was not good in the middle.
Not to be fair,
didn't they have one? No, they didn't have one. Anthony Edwards was one.
Two.
Edwards was one.
Where are you going to put who?
I'm saying, like, where are you going to put
Anthony Edwards? Can play the 3. Why not?
Who you said, LaMelo?
Yeah.
No,
I would put a 6'7". I would put a 6'7" guard next to a 6'2" point guard or whatever.
What he would play shooting guard in that situation, right?
Yeah,
but then where you put Clay?
You would have Clay at the 3.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
But look, LaMelo would play with 2 basically, but would carry the ball most of the time. You have Draymond who sets the screens. You have Steph running around doing whatever he does to get the ball. You have Clay just being a spot-up shooter as he's always been, and you just got a guy who fills in like Festus Ezeli or something like that. I forgot his name.
Who is their center during those?
You just get a name in there.
Championship years.
Looney.
If you could have somehow got
Kevon Looney,
like the first championship, who was their center? Was it Festus Ezeli?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna see.
The only reason why I didn't like that pick though is because the fact that I wanted them to trade with the Knicks, so we could have got that second pick that maybe got Ball.
You would have gotten the Melo Ball. He was there.
That's why I wish we would have traded with them.
Yeah,
but that's just the Knicks.
It's okay. I mean, we're chilling with this team.
We'll get a point. We'll get a point guard will come one day.
Andrew Bogut.
Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Just like in Star Wars, the prince that shall be promised will come one day.
What Star Wars are you watching?
Oh, that was Game of Thrones, actually.
Game of Thrones. Usually,
Wait a
most
minute.
princes turn evil and turn to the dark
Star Wars
side.
are you watching?
Yeah.
No, I was
Two
thinking-
very
I was thinking
nerdy
about- I was
shows
thinking about- I was
that
thinking about
anybody who
Anakin- I was thinking
watches
about
should be
Anakin
ashamed of
Skywalker
themselves.
being-
No, it's just Star Wars are much
Star
more
Wars not
nerdy.
a show, Anthony.
Anakin
Movie, who
wait, time
cares?
out. Anakin
It's weird,
Skywalker
weird shows, weird entertainment.
Both have
No.
terrible endings to their.
Both
Yes.
are just
things.
terrible.
Yes.
in
Yes.
general. Both are just
Yes.
terrible. in
Yeah.
general. Both. Let's just call it what it is. Both are terrible. in general.
No.
No.
Well,
no.
all right.
I
Agree,
hate Game
disagree.
of Thrones. I love Star Wars.
Agree to disagree.
Movie
even though
talk
you're wrong.
again.
Okay.
Even though you're wrong.
There's movie talk
let's get
again.
into
Movie
some-
talk again.
Let's get into the team that everybody hates, the Nets.
The Nets. The Brooklyn
What
Nets.
about them?
What about them? What do you want to say? That Eric Adams might change the rule?
Yeah, I mean,
That,
Do it for the baseball,
I'm
not
not
for
even.
them.
I'm not even a Net fan, but I just want them to change the rule just to see Kyrie play and see meaningful basketball.
I'm not gonna lie to them. If I'm being honest, if they take the rule out and you have Kyrie and Kevin, even without Ben Simmons not playing, which is crazy that he might not play this season. Look, in the great words of Kobe, no offense, soft, but that's crazy. Just on the fact that you've seen that scoring output that Kyrie can have at any given moment. The man drops 60 points, and then you have KD just coming off and doing whatever he wants because nobody can guard a 7-foot shooter that smooth.
Did you see the clip yesterday of KD being heckled by a fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
KD, you got to take over. It's
You
something
gotta
I
sit
can't. I
down.
can't repeat it.
You gotta sit
He
down.
was like,
You gotta
shut
sit
the
down.
bleep up, sit down, or whatever.
You gotta
I don't
sit
know.
down.
No, but did you see what he said on Twitter?
No.
He posted a pic of he said he know he's gonna get fined.
Yeah.
So he just had the picture of somebody just giving out money.
I gotta say though, that's not even a bad that's not even like a diss. He's just trying to encourage him, and then he's such a I can't he doesn't seem like a fun guy to be around. KD.
No.
Well, when you are in a tough game like that, you in a zone. So I can understand that, and it's like the slightest thing will tick you off. It's just like if I'm beating somebody in 2K and somebody's just like, hey, do you want to eat? I'm like, no, I do not want to eat. I just want to play this game right now.
KD seems like somebody that would get upset if you told a knock joke because he wouldn't get it. He is that type of guy.
Now, look. To your defense, to KD's defense. I mean, not his defense, but he is that type of guy. Like when I remember when Peyton Manning made a joke about him, and he was
man,
he was just stone faced looking because he made a
one
joke
of those
about
snake
Russ.
jokes. Yeah. Oh, I miss that time in the NBA when KD was a traitor to everybody.
Yeah.
And he
That was a good time
basically
in the NBA.
ended the all super teams.
Speaking of snakes or snake-type behavior, the Cleveland Browns were trying to trade for Deshaun Watson and then, of course, got shot down. And then Baker Mayfield starts crying and says, oh, I want to trade. And then they said, no, you're not getting traded.
yeah,
A masterclass over in, what is the name of that stadium?
First Energy.
First Energy Stadium over by Lake Erie. Great job.
Yeah, I know all stadium names. I'm such a nerd. Yeah.
What's
Do we have the Drew Carey clip in the vault?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do. We
Is
do.
those-
Hold on.
Is those State Farm commercials that he be in?
Yes.
Oh, the Progressive at home with Baker Mayfield.
If he gets traded, I don't think he's going to do them anymore.
no,
So,
no
yeah.
way. He'll have to do it in the new stadium.
Because wouldn't that mean
No,
he got evicted
no, he
out of his
can't do
house?
it in a new stadium. I think it would have to be a new Cleveland
Wait,
quarterback.
time out. Wouldn't that mean he got evicted out of his house?
Wait, so you're saying they have a contract with the Cleveland quarterback, not Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, because I think Progressive is a Cleveland company.
Oh,
That's why they sponsor the Guardians stadium.
That
Where
makes
is
so
Progressive
much
Field.
sense.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
does make sense how many.
Just do all.
It doesn't make how many.
What'd you just do?
You can now officially shut up!
I threw it into quick start.
Didn't they lose that game?
They did lose that game in embarrassing fashion.
But
Two.
yeah, they lost their team for
32-9.
years,
It was
and then that
32-9.
happened.
That was when
and
they
then
came back.
Yeah, they've been bad ever. This franchise. Can I just go on a thing?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, this franchise is just. I feel so bad for the people of Cleveland. They lost their team to Baltimore, and basically ever since they've been just awful, and they weren't that great before that.
Well, they had
I
Jim
mean,
Brown.
Yeah, they had Jim Brown, but that was like
We're talking 50s.
that
here.
was
We're talking
Stone
about-
Ages, basically. But I mean, let's see. They always wanted a quarterback. You got one that brought you to the playoffs. I'm not in love with him, but basically, he's not the worst option.
And he's
out
been
there.
injured all year, so
Yeah.
you're not getting him at 100%, even though whether you want to debate 100% of Baker Mayfield gets you to the Super Bowl or not, that's a whole different thing. But
No.
in terms of just getting the playoffs, if he's healthy, I mean, maybe you make it.
I don't. To me, for one, that playoff run that they had was a fluke. Just off the fact that I felt as though if Ben Roethlisberger was any type of resemblance of maybe 2 years younger Ben Roethlisberger, that game doesn't even happen with the Cleveland Browns winning it. That's why you haven't seen him go back, because he's an inconsistent quarterback as far as teams have been scouting him. Like, as soon as he came to the league, they know what he do. He rolls out to his right and tries to make something happen. 9 times out of 10, nothing happens. He's not that accurate of a quarterback. As you can see with most of his receivers, Jarvis Landry and OBJ, you've seen the actual passes of him being underthrown, overthrown. There's literally, I think,
not thrown to in OBJ's case.
Wasn't it a whole 9-minute video with OBJ?
Yes.
Yeah, but let's say they made the playoffs without OBJ. I mean,
they did. Then they played the Chiefs, and the Chad Henne whole thing happened.
Yeah, and then they lost to the Chiefs.
It was that 1 year.
Yeah, I know it was a pandemic year, but at this point,
it was the Julius Randle year for them.
At least he brought you to the playoffs. At least let him play out his rookie contract. If you don't like him, next year you can trade up for Bryce Young, because they're going to be good. If you look at the talent on this team is not bad. They have Myles Garrett. They have Kareem Hunt. They have
Amari Cooper now.
They used to have Jarvis Landry.
Clowney's gone.
I think they have a chance at the AFC North. I don't think they're going to win it. I think the Ravens and Steelers are better. But I think you just look at him for one more year.
I'm going to say something sad about the Browns is the fact that I don't think they're ever going to get that point. I don't think Baker's ever going to reach that point where I don't think he's ever going to play to that number 1 overall pick status. Because the last year told me one thing. The team looked like it has given up on him. That game where he got sacked at like 8 times against the Steelers, against T.J. Watt literally had a career day. You know what that reminded me of? You ever seen the scene in The Longest Yard when they just stop blocking and like they just let him get tackled? That's literally what that reminds me of. Like they just gave up on him.
But is that Baker's fault or is that the offensive line's fault?
No, it's the team's fault. That the fact that they don't trust him as a leader. When you lose the team and the team doesn't follow you, like you can say about Lamar, he doesn't sometimes have like the greatest mechanics and he's not always the best quarterback, but something about him just makes you trust him, and no matter what, they always still follow him. You haven't seen him giving up on him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Baker's that much of a leader, but like look at your options. You have Jimmy Garoppolo out there. Maybe you can trade. Maybe you can trade for Jordan Love or something like that. But like at this point, who's better than Baker Mayfield that you can realistically get that will move this team like to win the division?
Deshaun Watson, but you can't get him.
Yeah, you're not getting Deshaun Watson. He doesn't want to go to Cleveland.
I get that you're going to stick. They're obviously going to stick with Baker, but I'm just saying.
He requested a trade, so...
No, he didn't request it. It kind of looks like it, but he's just like saying...
Didn't Schefter say that
He did.
He did.
He requested officially, and the Browns told him no within 5 minutes.
Yeah, the Browns told him no.
Like, we ain't got no options. We stuck with you. You stuck with us. We just going to ride this out till next year till we can find something. Maybe somebody in Alabama or some of these college kids might come. Maybe go out and get Kenny Pickett in the draft. I don't know.
I just spend one more year with him. Just see how it goes down. I mean, at this point, like if he goes somewhere else, you trade him now, and he goes somewhere else and he lights it up. He's gonna look bad.
The funniest thing I think I seen was, I know that the Saints is looking into Deshaun Watson because I think he had his second visit, but I seen the funniest comment from Cameron Jordan, the defensive end.
Yep.
He realized that one of the most interesting stories that nobody's talking about is Lamar Jackson and the fact that he hasn't signed a contract because he's his own agent. So he's like, I seen that you ain't signed your deal. I see you in the 504. I'm like, there's no way Baltimore's letting him out.
No, I don't think so. Long term, I don't think Lamar will be the quarterback of the Ravens in 5 years. I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm not too sure about that because the fact is he rarely gets injured, and I think what happened this year.
But his style leads to injuries.
Not really, because what he does is he avoids the big hit. A lot of times you see him run out of bounds.
But even non-contact, it happens. Like, look at
when you're a running quarterback.
Yeah. When you're a running quarterback, unless you're... this is why what Russell Wilson did, what he did was so smart. He became a pocket quarterback over the course of his career.
Enough, statistics say you're more likely to get injured in the pocket than you are as a running quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's true, but there's more pocket quarterbacks.
Yeah,
so
the sample size is much larger.
I think so.
I'm just saying, Lamar, compared to like a career like Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm not even just going to say, Baker Mayfield has more career injuries in the pros than Lamar does.
But it feels like every major QB has that one injury, though. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think hopefully it doesn't affect them too much. But I just don't think he's going to be a Ravens quarterback for the next, in like 2027. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say 20 years.
Anyways, you are listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. It's Elijah, it's Mauricio, it's Kory, it's Matt, and I'm Anthony. Now, I want to get to college basketball, but there are three things I just got a really quick update about football. Allen Robinson is a Ram. The Giants released Logan Ryan, and the Eagles said bye-bye Fletcher Cox. So, there you go.
No more Cox for the Eagles.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No. College?
What did I say?
You know what you said.
I don't know what did I say.
Okay.
No. He said his last name.
Yeah. Good for you. You made it. You're like a fifth grader, and you're making fifth grade jokes. Good for you. Round of applause. I want to give a round of applause to Colorado State. Colorado State was up by 12 against Michigan at half, right? Colorado State was favorite. It was a 5-12 seed. They, so far, and I want to get to the Rutgers-Notre Dame game last night, but up until the Rutgers-Notre Dame game, I never thought a team could sell so badly. Colorado State had one possession where they shot 5 threes. So that means they got open to take 5 threes.
Wait, so they got the rebounds, right?
Hold on. They got 5 rebounds, and they missed 5 3-point shots. Now, you got to ask yourself, if you're the coach, why the hell are your players still taking threes? Why not just go for the 2 points, right? And then it starts to unravel. Then we see a steal. Wow, Colorado State's got a steal. Bam. Missed layup. 2 times that happens. And then you just let Michigan walk over to the edge and shoot 2 corner 3 points in your face, and then you lose the game. I'm upset. I don't know why I'm upset, but I'm upset.
Do you have money on the game?
No.
You didn't?
No. Maybe it was because I was in math class, and the class was bothering me, and then just the stupidity was bothering me.
Okay.
And then, of course, you have Providence, who just was absolutely one of the most overrated teams, almost losing to North Dakota State.
South Dakota State, I think.
Yeah, South Dakota State.
South Dakota State, my apologies.
I mean, college basketball...
How's North Dakota State's basketball team?
No, their football team is really
that,
good.
That's where,
That's Carson Wentz, right?
Carson Wentz, Trey Lance,
Yeah.
They should be moved up to FBS at this point. They're an FCS team. They've been dominating forever. Get them to the FBS. But yeah, that's college football, yeah.
Now, Elijah, you said pre-show you watched the Notre Dame-Rutgers game, correct?
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you saw this as well, but I don't know if it was... I don't exactly remember. I don't know if it was going into right at the end of regulation or after first overtime. I think it was going at the end of regulation. There was about 40 seconds left on the clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had 29 seconds on the shot clock. Notre Dame had 29 seconds on the shot clock. Some guy on Rutgers made such a stupid foul.
No, that was like the second OT, I think, that happened.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
That happened at second OT.
It was second OT.
And I think, I forgot his name, but
allowed
it was a dumb foul.
It allowed Notre Dame to take a lead. And then they go down the floor and Rutgers ties the game. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and then possessions happen, and then Notre Dame hits the eventual game-winning shot.
Yeah.
Rutgers had 1.4 seconds left on the clock. That's not a lot to work with, but that's still something. They had a timeout left, right? You're telling me as a head coach in basketball, no matter where they're going to put the ball, right? You're not going to take that timeout and think of just some sort of game plan. You're not going to chuck the ball down and have someone go up.
Who's their head coach?
You know the answer to this?
Steve Pickle, yeah. Pickle, yeah.
Steve Pickle.
Pickle.
Call him Steve Pickle.
Steve Pickle got his team into a pickle.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm making 5th grade jokes. Okay.
This is like,
But
a
yeah,
teacher joke. That was a teacher joke. Man.
Fifth grade
It's
teacher
different.
joke,
It's-
whatever. My joke was funnier.
Watch it.
My joke was funnier.
Was
yeah.
It
The
was.
big problem with the Rutgers game that I noticed, everyone noticed it, everyone in the arena noticed it, Rutgers couldn't rebound at all. And the game-winning shot came off of a offensive rebound from Notre Dame. I think they rebound twice, and they hit the game. Can you pull up the game-winning shot? Is there any way you can do that?
Hold on.
And they could not rebound at all. And I feel bad because I was rooting for Rutgers, but if you can't do simple, basic basketball things at this point, then you don't really deserve to win a game.
Cool.
So,
cool question. I just wanted to ask about college basketball. Who's the star of this season?
Who's the star of the season?
Who's that guy from Gonzaga, the big center?
That's the star. Chet Holmgren is the star. Yeah, I mean, Gonzaga.
Are they heavy favorites?
Do you see him as somebody who could make it in the NBA?
No,
he's too skinny.
Debatable.
He is debatable. He has to put on weight.
To me,
he has the height.
To me personally, I would go with I'm trying to remember her name. Paige Bucker.
Oh, you're talking about women's. Oh, yeah, there's some great women's college basketball players.
She's
right
probably
now.
the star overall in basketball.
No, who's the UConn?
No, that's her.
Yeah, that's the
then
UConn. And then there's
was it
Iowa.
Caitlin Clark from Ohio?
Yeah.
She is
Ohio.
good.
Oh yeah, I seen.
She's good.
No, it's Iowa. Yeah,
I seen what she did to some girl. I was like, whoa.
She is amazing.
That's who need to get into the WNBA because I think that'll get those ratings up for them.
I mean, there's a spot open right now. They have one less player now.
All right.
Okay.
So we have it
Still
pulled
May.
up. We have it pulled up. They had one timeout left with 1.4 seconds left. I mean,
I do not know what he was doing fouling that guy. I mean, the announcers called it out immediately.
And you had three guys trying to grab the board there, and
they didn't get it.
Should we realistically, Notre Dame and Rutgers, right? Two teams that have prestige that just don't do anything.
Rutgers.
I'm saying that they think they have prestige.
Well, yeah, they think.
And they do nothing. Notre Dame does nothing. Ian Book breaks the all-time QB wins for Notre Dame. Oh, it's a big thing. But what they do? Sure, you got to the
college football playoff,
right? And then you got embarrassed. So what does that mean?
The best player for Notre Dame in the past 30 years is Rudy. So.
Well, that's not true.
Are you forgetting Manti Te'o?
How about Jimmy Clausen?
Manti Te'o's girlfriend is the best thing to ever happen to the.
You both are forgetting Justin Tuck.
Yeah, okay. You made it.
Last 30 years means no Montana, right?
Yeah, last 30 years.
Montana was his
for
quarterback
them like
in the 70s.
ages
That's
ago.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's not the last 30 years.
No, it's not.
Nelson.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's true.
It's quarterback though. It's Montana.
The reason why Notre Dame doesn't get that great of an athletes, I think, is because of their academics.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they just too high of a barrier of entry for the athletes. I mean, but they considering their academics, they get really good athletes anyway. So yeah,
everybody just goes to Alabama and get their ring.
Yeah, Alabama. What's the other one? Clemson.
Clemson is trash now. So
yeah, they're trash now.
They're back in the gutter with it.
I wouldn't say that yet.
Back in the gutter.
Not yet.
I don't know how he managed to turn this into college football talk because
college basketball turned into college football.
Yeah,
it always does.
College football is much more interesting in my opinion, but
I don't know.
Depends on the time of
the
year.
tournament is amazing.
Yeah, the
tournament is great.
Imagine that in college football.
That'd be too much.
Yeah.
We're talking 2 hours.
Yeah,
it would be
there's a lot of
interesting.
games.
I mean, in terms of just like.
I'm talking 16 teams, not 64.
I mean, Matt, you saw this when we were waiting to come on, and we were watching the game. I had coffee. I'm bouncing off the walls. There's a game there.
Well, that coffee ended up on the floor.
My thing is, right, I think what people always try to do is try to get the goal is to try to get the perfect bracket, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, no one's ever done it.
I mean, there's people who've done it.
There's
people who've done it.
Not on record. Nobody on record.
Corey, I understand what you're saying. In just terms of odds, somebody has had to.
I think one year.
Nobody on record has done it.
I'm saying, but off record.
Because Warren Buffett would have given him $5 million.
I think Warren Buffett offered $1 billion or something like that to a person who got a perfect thing, and it's impossible. It's borderline
I
impossible.
actually almost said Jimmy Buffett. I don't think he has that kind of money.
No, he does not. He has a nice restaurant, though, so.
Down in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might be going there. Who knows?
Jimmy's all-you-can-eat Buffett?
Is that what it is?
No, it's Margaritaville.
No.
Oh, nothing? I'm fine.
Apparently, Joe Namath has a restaurant down. Like, I'm going to Florida next week. Joe Namath has a bar there, and he's not the most, from what I've heard, allegedly, he's not the most engaged owner.
I feel like I'd get food poisoning from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd walk in and where's my mink coat?
It's a very mediocre food establishment, just like his career.
Yeah. I mean, you get the 5-star review, but you have 2 picks and
Yeah.
Well, he won a ring. It's fine.
yeah, but look at the game stats. He had 2 picks, 200 something yards.
What were
Yeah.
Eli's game stats?
I mean, he threw touchdowns.
He threw touchdowns.
He threw
That's
touchdowns.
fair.
He threw 1 pick in his 2 Super Bowls. So
Yeah.
Okay.
be fair, Matt. Be fair.
Okay. I'm saying that's the comparison a lot of people make with the regular season stats.
Well, I mean, that's stupid comparing Joe Namath to.
I agree, but a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that.
Different eras.
It's things people say.
I want to get your guys'. Who do you think is going to be in the Final Four?
I
check
think
my
I said
bracket.
it the other day. I need to check because I may say a team who's just can't go and match with the other team. But yeah, I mean, I think Iowa has a good shot. I don't know what they're doing right now.
Iowa is actually
Losing?
They're losing right now.
Shoot. Okay.
49-46 to Richmond, and Richmond is a team that I despise, but somehow is going to do well.
Those
Get
spiders,
this.
man.
My bracket is still perfect.
Is it?
I think Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Gonzaga can make. I think Gonzaga can make it.
I see Duke. Probably Duke.
I don't think. I think Duke is gonna go out fairly early.
For
But
me,
I'm biased against. them,
I
so,
made
yeah.
I made multiple brackets because I'm not spreading myself too thin. It's unpredictable. But the one that I think is the best: Gonzaga, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Kansas. With Kentucky and Kansas going to the Final 2 and Kansas winning.
I have a weird Final Four.
Go ahead.
I don't know why I picked this, but it's just locked
Are
in
you
now.
one of those guys that's like, oh, it's funny mascots?
No.
All right, let me hear it.
Okay. There was a team I was high on this year, and I'll get to that last. Gonzaga, obviously, everyone had them. Arizona, who's my champion.
Okay.
I have, where is it? Kansas.
You're gonna say Creighton. I'm gonna
No, I'm
go
not.
over there and
No, I'm not. I'm really high on Purdue.
okay. That's not
Purdue's good.
Yeah, I do like Purdue. Number 23 is probably to me one of the best players in college basketball.
I don't know his name.
I don't know his name neither, but I just know he's a highlight.
It's like those old NCAA video games. It's just number 23 generic. Yeah.
Like that'll be the show like Joe Random or whatever. Like,
one team that I think really can make an impact. I'm not saying they're going to get to the Elite Eight, but just get decently far, maybe the Elite Eight. It's Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
okay.
Yeah,
I do have Wisconsin going to the Elite Eight, but losing.
Big Cat would like that a lot. Yeah.
Big Cat. I'm a big Cat fan.
Really?
Is this a joke? Are you asking? You
From Barstool?
Yes.
The way he.
I don't like a lot of their people. That's just me.
The way he dressed up for the Big Ten championship, or was it the final?
Yeah, I think
final game of the regular season. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I'm looking this up.
You're gonna start laughing instantly. So, tell me when you got his page up. Well, I mean, you might have
His Twitter? I was gonna look it up on Google.
Whatever. I don't know.
I mean, I just want Michigan to lose just because it makes Portnoy mad, and I like making Portnoy mad.
UCLA doing this year.
They were decent. I mean, they were neck and neck with USC, which was interesting. They are playing, if memory serves me correct, Akron, Ohio. You find it yet?
Is he shirtless?
Yes.
We painted. Oh God.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
right?
God.
Yeah. For me, in terms of the most overrated team going into this March Madness, it has to be Auburn.
Yeah,
Auburn.
I mean,
Auburn was difficult to watch at times.
Yeah, they didn't win the SEC at all. No.
Who
won the SEC again? I think was Oh man, I just watched it too.
Yeah, I watched
It wasn't Alabama. It wasn't LSU.
It's kind of a forgettable. Was it TCU? Was it
But they were very close to losing to TCU in the regular season. By the way, a matchup that I love is TCU over Seton Hall. I love that.
Oh yeah, TCU is not even in the SEC, but yeah, that is true. I think TCU is gonna. I think they're gonna go far. I like my Horned Frogs. They're pretty good.
Is that your college team?
Yeah, I like the football team a lot. So yeah.
Okay. Who's in the NFL from there?
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Oh, okay, that's a good name.
Dalton.
Andy Dalton?
Yeah.
All right.
And other guys.
Some say Andy Dalton's better than Joe Burrow.
Some do say that.
Hold on.
Early Andy Dalton. Red Rocket and that AJ Green connection was a problem. Can I lie?
That's true.
They're good. They're good. Geno Atkins on that same team too.
Yeah.
That team should have done something.
Remember they were on Hard Knocks? Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a good season.
And when their owner was very cheap.
Auburn won the SEC?
No, they lost.
No.
Mississippi, no. Texas A&M.
Yeah, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
And did they even make the tournament? I don't think they made the tournament.
No. Texas Tech made the tournament.
Yeah. How do you win the SEC and not make the tournament?
Because they were an 8th seed. No, wait a minute. Maybe they. I'm sure they had to.
You win your conference, you're in.
You're in.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M's not there. I didn't see them.
No, I know they did not make the.
I didn't see them on the bracket
tournament.
No, yeah, they're not in.
Texas Southern.
Texas Tech is in.
Huh.
I guess they didn't have a good regular season then.
That is bad.
That's interesting. All right. Final thoughts. My final thought is the Rangers.
I got one.
I have to play that.
So, I'm gonna bring back one of my favorite March Madness memories of all time.
Okay.
You said how do they have more rebounds? You said you could out-rebound that. I was surprised. You did. 36-32. How does Yale out-rebound Baylor?
You go up and grab the ball off the rim when it comes off, and then you grab it with two hands, and you come down with it, and that's considered a rebound. So they got more of those than we did.
You know what? That reminds me of just if Mark Berman was interviewing Mitchell Robinson in college. That rivals that.
That was Torian Prince.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing about that team was, literally, the one thing about Baylor's basketball team is they actually produce a lot of football players.
Baylor?
Yeah.
Josh Gordon.
No. I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about the basketball team.
Yeah.
You had Rico Gathers, the person who was actually in that clip, go to the Dallas Cowboys.
That wasn't him.
No. In that clip, he was on the podium.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was on that team.
Yes.
And then you just had somebody who was on a national championship team is on the practice squad for the Kansas City Chiefs now.
Interesting.
Mike Vitale, something like that.
Actually, I wanted to ask one last college basketball question. Duke. This is Coach K's last season, right?
They're not winning.
I mean, what about sentimental reasons?
No,
somehow.
No,
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I don't care about Duke. Hopefully they lose. And they have a good team. I just don't think that they have been playing to the level that Duke teams should when they're making the tournament. They did not win the ACC. And I mean, I think they're going to get bounced out fairly early, second game, and then that's going to be the end.
They're a 2 seed. That's bold.
Career. Yeah.
Final thoughts, Mauricio.
I mean, quick shout out to Christian Pulisic scoring that goal yesterday with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can I just mention
soccer?
Giants just cut Logan Ryan, right?
Yeah, we said that.
Oh,
we did.
We did early in the show, very quickly. Yes,
That's something I was hoping that they didn't do, but I wish they make a move somewhere somehow. Could we get Deshaun Watson?
No. Mara said himself.
We don't want Deshaun Watson.
No.
Why not?
Because it just sets this team back.
Why would we give up
we have
20,000 picks for?
We have a guy on the Friday show that you should link up with because they both have. He has an interesting idea of how the Giants want to be run.
Daniel Jones is pushing us through the moon right now.
Yeah. Well, my final thought is it's St. Patrick's Day. It's the Rangers. They have to win. I mean, it's put up or shut up.
If you said the Celtics, I'd agree with you. But what do the Rangers have to do with St. Patrick's Day?
What do the Rangers have
New York,
to do with this?
New York, there's Irish people in New York. I mean, kind of.
There's Irish people everywhere, though.
Well, I mean, but I don't know.
Does that mean the Jazz have to win?
In Utah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't pretend to know
where Irish people live.
I don't pretend. I'm just saying the Rangers better win. It's St. Patrick's Day. Anyways, Mauricio, what is coming up next?
Profume d'Italia.
All
There
right.
you go.
From Elijah Blain, Mauricio Mendoza, Kory David, and Matt Leonard, I'm Anthony Deus saying Happy St. Patrick's Day. Good night, New York, wherever you are.